Moving on ahead, we have another example that says that the circuit below shows 3 ammeters P, Q and R. So notice there is one ammeter P and two different ammeters Q and R. Notice that P will measure the total current I that does not get split anywhere from its way from the cell, whereas ammeters Q and R will measure the split current, Q measuring I1 for the resistance R1 and R measuring I2 for the resistance R2. So the circuit below shows 3 ammeters of negligible resistance each. The ammeter R reads 1 ampere. The ammeter R reads 1 ampere, which means I2 is 1 ampere. Very important. And we are asked to calculate the readings in the ammeters P and Q, which means we need to calculate the value of the total current I and the current I1. We know I2 is given to be 1 ampere. We know a formula that for a parallel connection, I2 is equal to I into R1 upon R1 plus R2, or 1 is equal to I into, what is R1? It is 18 ohms upon R1 plus R2 is 27 ohms, right? So capital I is nothing but 27 upon 18, that is simply 1.5 amperes. So capital I is straight away 1.5 amperes in this case. Straight away. Similarly, we need to calculate the reading of the ammeter Q, right? That means we need to calculate the value I1. So to calculate I1, we can quickly say that I1 is equal to I into R2 upon R1 plus R2. What is the total value of I? That is 1.5 amperes multiplied by R2 is 9 ohms upon the total of 9 and 18, that is R1 plus R2 is 27 ohms, right? So this quickly gives me straight away 0.5 amperes. So the value of I1 is 0.5 amperes and I2 is 1 ampere. And thus we can quickly say that the readings in the ammeter P would be 1.5 amperes. The total current splitting up into I1 and I2, I1 being 0.5 amperes and I2 being 1 ampere. So that answers the very first part of the question, as easy as that. Now, secondly, we are asked to calculate the total resistance of the circuit. Very easy. These two are connected in parallel. So the equivalent resistance for this parallel circuit would be simply 1 upon 18 plus 1 upon 9, that is simply 6 ohms, right? 1 upon 18 plus 1 upon 9 is 1 upon 6, or Rp is simply 6 ohms. And we can consider this equivalent resistance of 6 ohms to be connected in series with this resistance of 4 ohms. So the net equivalent resistance is nothing but 6 plus 4, that is 10 ohms for this cell. So the total resistance of the circuit is 10 ohms. So this answers the very second part of your question. Finally, we are asked to calculate the EMF of the cell. We know that the total current I is equal to the EMF of the cell upon the total equivalent resistance, right? So total current we know is 1.5 amperes. Total equivalent resistance we calculated to be 10 ohms. So thus the EMF is equal to the current times 10 ohms, that is 15 volts. So that answers the very third part of the question. So the EMF of the cell is nothing but 15 volts. Similarly, we have a question from ICSE 2015 again for what 4 marks, right? A very scoring question. The question reads that a cell of EMF 2 volts and an internal resistance of 1.2 ohms, right? So small r is 1.2 ohms and the EMF is 2 volts. So this is connected with an ammeter of resistance 0.8 ohms, right? And 2 resistors 4.5 ohms and 9 ohms. Notice that these 2 resistors are connected in parallel to each other, as shown in the diagram below. And we are asked what should be the reading on the ammeter. So how would you calculate the reading on the ammeter? That is simply the value of the current I, which comes straight from the battery without getting split. Notice that there is an internal resistance small r for this circuit. We know the current I is equal to the EMF upon the equivalent resistance for the entire circuit plus the internal resistance small r. So let us calculate the equivalent resistance starting with this parallel circuit. So 1 upon Rp would be nothing but 1 upon 4.5 plus 1 upon 9. This turns out to be 1 upon 3 ohms, or Rp is directly 3 ohms. Notice this 3 ohms is connected in series with the 0.8 ohm resistor. So the net equivalent resistance for the entire circuit is nothing but 3 plus 0.8, that is 3.8 ohms, right? So we can say the net equivalent resistance is 3.8 ohms for the entire arrangement within the circuit. We've seen that the current I is equal to the EMF of the cell upon R equivalent plus the internal resistance. So the current I is simply equal to, the EMF is given to be 2 volts, right, upon R equivalent we calculated to be 3.8 ohms plus internal resistance of 1.2 ohms. So 2 upon 5, that is 0.4 amperes. So this current I straight from this battery would have a value 0.4 amperes, and thus the reading for this ammeter would be 0.4 amperes, because this current follows as it is and it does not get split anywhere while passing through this ammeter. Secondly, we are asked what is the potential difference across the terminals of the cell, right? The potential difference across the terminals of the cell would be its terminal voltage, right? The potential difference across the terminals of the cell would be the potential difference across its external resistors, which is nothing but the terminal voltage. How do you calculate the terminal voltage? We know terminal voltage capital V is equal to the EMF minus small v, right? How do you calculate small v? Small v is nothing but the current I, that is 0.4 amperes, multiplied by small r, that is 1.2 ohms. So small v is nothing but 0.48 volts. So the terminal voltage is nothing but the EMF, that is 2 volts, minus small v, that is 0.48 volts. So the terminal voltage turns out to be nothing but 1.52 volts. That answers the very second part of the question. A very easy concept, nothing new about it. It's gonna fetch you 4 marks straight away for one such question asked in ICSE 2015.